Hi guys, well, first half of the video I hope you enjoyed, or part one of the video I hope you enjoyed. We're now on the second leg, so we're going to come up through Ramsey, Radness, down into Mistley. Okay, it's a nice day, should be a good ride. I'm glad you could join me. Let's get going. So here we are coming into Ramsey. You're not going to get to see much of Ramsey either. Most of Ramsey is hanging to your left hand side. We're going to head off to the right. There's another old pub that nobody will ever raise a pint in. Not sure what that was called. Might have been the Rose and Crown. Just down here, could be behind that wooden fence, maybe, or it could be behind this fence. Yeah, I think it's this one. Superb Art Deco building. Sorry, you get to see the top of it, and that's owned by the footballer Owen somebody. I couldn't tell you the rest of his name. I really don't give a... I'm really not that interested in football. But apparently he's a really nice guy, and I think he's got big stables and horses and stuff, and you know, lives a great life because he's rich. Got paid a lot of money for kicking a ball. Also here, I have no idea what this place is. It's got a few petrol pumps, a little bit of paraphernalia. Looks nice, well kept, good on him. So this is the just to the right of us, Radness Woods. Very popular for taking your dogs. Oh, Stour Estuary Nature Reserve, there you go, that's its full title. Right, coming up to a junction, straight on, takes you straight on. If you do a left, you go back to the A120. We're going to do a right and go and have a look at Radness. So Radness sort of backs onto the River Stour, just over that grassy hill. And if you go down that private drive, well, actually, yeah, you can go down there. If you walk down there, you're not allowed to, you know, it's a byway. Sorry, it's not a byway, it's a footpath. You would get to see the beach and the houses on the beach that are on stilts. There's a few of them round this way, little places like that. Quite fascinating. Again, if I remember, I'll try and put a few photos down, but we will actually have a good look at that at some point. Also, Radness train station, somewhere in a field just over there, is a really unusual house that hit the papers. You can rent it. It's kind of, when you look at it, it's made out of ceramic tiles, or the outside is dressed with them, and the whole place looks like a big gingerbread house, you know, Hansel and Gretel type thing. This is a very popular area for people to come walk in and just enjoy. Well, it was probably until they built that. Never actually been down this road, known as Ash Street. That's a challenge for another day. Maybe next year I'll get a trials bike. It'd probably be more sensible than trying to do things like this on a road bike, you know, or maybe I'll just stick some knobblies or something on the old Zedder. I'd much prefer to ride a bike like this perhaps than a trials bike, but I do kind of see the fun in having knobblies on it. Only kidding. 40 miles an hour I think is a little bit optimistic in the wet. We likes a bit of optimism. So we're heading towards Bradfield. We're a fair way off it yet, and I'm going to take you. We'll only very lightly touch on the end of Bradfield, and then I'm going to take you down a big hill, and hopefully we might see some people zorbing. So here's an interesting thing. You can see that fence line and that grassy mound over there. Well, perhaps you can't, I might have missed that. I'll point it out in the edit. So I thought it was an old air raid shelter. We do have several round here. including in Manningtree itself. There was an old nuclear shelter there, believe it or not. But what it was is it's a fake. It's like a dummy. I'll get the proper name and put it in the edit. But what they used to do is they used to light fires there, and then the bombers that were coming over to bomb Harwich would think that they'd found the port, and hopefully they would drop their bombs here in the middle of nowhere. Well, apart from that farm, who were probably really not very happy about having a bloody great light lit right next to them. But yeah, so it was a decoy. And one of the things we are doing, we are coming up now to Bradfield, or the fringe of Bradfield. This road is, besides the fact it's absolutely soaking wet, it's particularly dangerous. I do not know why people just insist on driving like total lunatics down it at times. So I'm really taking my time. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because you can guarantee if the water was on the other side, people would be in the middle of the road and there's some bloody big potholes. And it's all slippy and slidey and narrow. There you go. We've navigated it. So that grand Tudor building you see in front of us used to be the Strangers Pub. And the Strangers Pub, I don't know if it still does now. I mean, you can see, I don't think anyone actually lives there. Maybe they do still, but it used to have a bloody brilliant campsite behind it. So you could go there with your tents, you could go there. Sorry, too busy talking to... Oh yeah, that was actually third gear I was trying to pull off in. Yeah, so Strangers, brilliant campsite, tents, caravans and everything. And just to the left here now is a little lane, sorry, to the right. Now that, not having a good time here, am I? That goes all the way down to the waterfront, and the view you're seeing now is the River Stour, which comes in at Harwich Felixstowe, runs along here, and to be quite honest, I think that is a stunning view. I really do. And unfortunately, there's been a very high mortality rate in this area, and the grassy bank, which you can't see because we're pointing in the wrong direction, is quite steep behind us. And you get in summer people coming down in those big inflatable balls, absorbing crew. Quite good fun to see. It's probably why there's been a high crash rate there, is because people just stick it straight in the ditch because they're too busy watching people bounce down a hill in a big ball. Another point to make here is this corner has caught out so many motorcycles. If you recognise the route and you think you're going to come this way, be careful. You can end up in the middle of the road. And here we are at Mistley. More new houses. Okay, so I'm beginning to have trouble with my clutch. It's right up onto the handlebar. I shouldn't be losing any fluid. I don't think this is air, this is more likely to be a seal going. So it's going to prove to be interesting. What we might do is when we get to the bottom of this hill, I think I'm just going to take the bike home. Wow, that is literally right off the bar, because this just isn't getting any better. Really sure why that started playing up as well. Maybe the bike's trying to tell me something, maybe it just wants me to get back home, and then I can spend all my time editing this and making it really nice for you guys, which of course, I think that's a good idea. I'll probably do that. Maybe it's because I put quite a lot of miles on this bike. Yeah, we'll call it a day here for the highly pretty stuff. Hi guys, well here we are in the garage, ZZR behind me. So ended the video. There's not much point going any further at that stage. We'd had a good ride out. Disaster struck, so just to kind of give you an idea what was going on there. When I pulled the clutch lever in, no clutch operation, so the clutch wasn't releasing. Okay, that basically means the bike's stuck into gear. So you can still ride the bike, you can just kick it up and down the gear without the clutch. What you can't do is easily stop. Your choices are try and find neutral, which is never easy, or hit the kill switch and just kill the bike, you know. Well, the trouble is, I've got to get the thing home. It's heavy. I don't want to wait 2 days for the RAC to turn up and pick me up. So the choices are ride the bike back, push the bike back, or get recovered. Yeah, I'm going to try and ride it back, but you'll see that in the next video. And to be honest, it's quite a dangerous thing to do, you know. I've got about 15 miles to go. Major roads, couple of big roundabouts, you know what I mean? We'll see how I get on in the next video. But thanks for watching.